As any pet owner knows, and really any person knows, getting old isn't always fun. You may notice, though, if you're talking about your pet, that one day they aren't as spunky as they once were. They don't meet you at the door with as much enthusiasm. The thing is, it could be more than just age causing these issues. So I'm so happy to have Dr. Michelle Gonzalez from Rascal Animal Hospital with me for today's Find a Friend segment. And you brought a few friends,
I
Dr.
brought
G.
all sorts of friends.
And your little friends, yes, they're being a little whiny, but
Yes.
it's because they're begging for a home.
They
So
are.
who do you have?
They're doing a great job at that. So these little guys are actually her pups. That's Kayla. She's a Rottweiler mix. She's about 7 years old. And then these little guys are part of a litter of 8. So this is Red and Blue. They don't have actual names. So whoever adopts them gets to name these cute little guys. And they're about 8 weeks old. And they're available for adoption with our friends from Dash Animal Rescue.
Okay, and there's a litter, right? There's quite a few of the puppies.
Yeah, there's 7 puppies
Okay.
total that are about 8 weeks of age.
Okay, so if red or blue isn't for you, there's
Yes.
plenty more.
There's tan and yellow and everything, every other color. So yeah.
All right. DashRescueOhio.org is the website for these guys, of course. Okay, so while we'll be talking about kind of older pets, and I'd say that a lot of people kind of notice their pets slowing down as they get older, but you say it's not always just the age. So what is it? How do we know the difference, I guess?
Absolutely. Like, you know, a lot of people will say, well, he's 10, he's 11. The number is like getting old is not a disease. Getting old is
Yeah.
just something that happens. And sometimes what will happen is that as they're getting older, they're more predisposed to different problems, different conditions. So as these conditions start occurring, then they start slowing down, whether it be because their metabolism slowing down or even because they're uncomfortable or in pain. So that's the importance of making sure if your pet is getting older and it's slowing down, getting them checked out, because many times there's something that can be done about it.
So what are, if we talk about some of the common diseases, ailments that happen as they get older, what are some of them?
The number one that we see personally is bad dental disease. So dogs and cats that have really bad teeth, they're in pain, their mouth hurts, they're not eating as well, they're just laying around and not wanting to do much. And again, we think that, well, he's just slowing down. Well, no, it's really bad dental pain that is causing that. And it is amazing when they actually bring them in and they have their teeth cleaned out and bad teeth pulled out, the huge difference that it makes. Most clients will say, my dog is like a puppy again.
Yeah.
Because they're playing.
They're
and
not
it's
in
just-
pain.
Exactly, because of the pain. And then one thing that we see, not as commonly, but we do see, and this is National Pet Diabetes Awareness Month, is diabetes as a cause of problems in older dogs.
So, and you can let them down. If we want them to run around, maybe they'll like to play with mom. So we talk about all these things. And of course, when it's teeth, I feel like the symptoms are pretty obvious. You can see that kind of decay happening. But what about diabetes? What about those kinds of things? How do you have any idea?
So a lot of the issues that we see is that they start drinking more and they start urinating more. And that is not just for diabetes. That can be a symptom of kidney problems. It can be a symptom of other issues like Cushing's disease, other metabolic problems. So if your pet is changing, you know, even having accidents in the house, and we think, oh, it's getting old, so it doesn't know what it's doing. No, maybe it has a problem, it's drinking too much, and it's urinating so much that it can't hold it. So taking them to the vet, making sure that they are getting examined, that they are getting blood work done to get all those things done. And then a lot of these problems can be controlled with either medications or with diet.
And that's the thing. We talk about medications. Obviously, you go to your vet, you find out.
Right.
Diet is something that you can very much control.
Absolutely.
And I didn't know there were prescription foods.
Right, absolutely. There are prescription foods, and these two, we brought these two because, again, being Diabetes Awareness Month, we wanted to make people aware that it's not just a matter of having to give them insulin or having to do things like that. There are diets that are made specifically, so they're kind of like a medication. You know, you think about having to give a dog a pill every day or giving a cat an injection every day. A lot of owners are not necessarily prepared for that. There are diets that can help control the problem, so they need less. And in some cases, you don't even need to give them additional medications for it.
Now, would these be something you'd have to get through your vet? Or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, they are prescription diets, so you have to get them from the veterinarian. Once
Okay.
the vet evaluates everything and sees what your pet needs, then they can make recommendations for them.
So at the first sign that your pet seems to be slowing down, should you always go to the vet and kind of make sure it's age versus something more
Absolutely,
serious.
absolutely. We want to make sure that, again, like their teeth are okay, that their blood work is okay. We want to make sure that they're not slowing down because maybe arthritis is setting in and they're not walking around much because they have pain in their joints. There are medications that can be given. And again, Hills makes a lot of different diets. So there are foods for everything. So.
Okay, perfect. And if you want to adopt these guys, just go to rescueohio.org. Yeah, I mean, dogs go to the bathroom too. We know this,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Especially puppies.
Way to break in the daytime carpenter,
Yep.
buds. All right, Dr.
Good
G,
job, guys.
thanks.